Hello
Hello
everyone,
everyone.
I hope you're
You're
doing
doing
good.
good.
We'll
We'll
wait
wait
for a
for a
minute or
minute or
two
two
before we
before we
get
get
started.
started.
So today
Today
we are
we are
mostly
mostly
going to
going to
work
work
on a
on
very
a very
simple
simple
problem
problem
statement
statement
that
that
is
is
like
like
try
try
to
to
design
design
this
this
e-commerce
e-commerce
Navbar,
Navbar,
which
which
will
will
be
be
will be
will be
doing
doing
with
it
Navbar
with
using
using
Copilot,
Copilot.
and
Uh,
we'll
we'll,
we'll do
we'll
that
do that
exercise and
exercise
then
and
we'll
then
wrap
we'll
up
wrap
the
up the
session.
session.
So the
So the
goal
goal
is
is
by
by
end of
end
this
of this
series
series
we'll be
we'll be
creating
creating
our
an
e-commerce
e-commerce
website,
website,
full-fledged
full-fledged
e-commerce
e-commerce
website,
website,
which
which
will
will
allow
allow
us
us
to
to
do all
do
the
all the
basic
basic
functionality of
functionality
it,
of it,
starting
starting
from
from
the
the
like
like
uh,
uh,
login,
login,
account
account
creation,
creation,
account
account
placement,
placement,
everything.
everything.
So
So
we'll
we'll
continue
continue
in
in
this
this
from
from
there,
there,
and
and
like
like
we'll,
we'll,
the
the
end goal
end goal
will be
will
a
be a
full-fledged
full-fledged
e-commerce
e-commerce
website.
website.
That is
That is
the
the
plan
plan
for
for
the
the
series.
series.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
we
we
are
are
two
2 minutes
minutes past
past
7:45.
7:45.
Let's
Let's
get
get
started.
started.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
you
if you
see,
see,
this is
this
the
is the
Navbar is
Navbar
pretty
is pretty
simple.
simple.
This
This
e-commerce will
e-commerce
be
will
the
be the
title of
title
the
of the
site,
site,
and
and then
like
like
basically
basically
whatever
whatever
your
your
business
business
name or
name or
something
something
which
which
you
you
want
want
to
to
create.
create,
Then
then
you'll
you will
have the
have the
options like
options like
home,
home,
shop,
shop,
about,
about,
product,
product,
what
what not
you want
you
to
want to
add.
add.
And the
And
goal
the goal
will be
will
to
be to
make
make
this a
this a
mobile
mobile
responsive
responsive
site,
site,
which
which
kind
kind
of
of
like
like
articulates
articulates
to
to
your
your
like
like
if
if
you
you
go
go
for
for
a
a
mobile if you
if you
open this
open this
site in
site in
mobile,
mobile,
you
you
should be
should be
seeing the
seeing the
three
three
lines
lines
here,
here,
and
and
which will
which will
when
when
you
you
expand,
expand,
which
which
will
will
be
be
clickable.
clickable.
Clicking on
Clicking
that
on
will
that will
expand,
expand,
and it
and
will
it will
show
show
all
all
these
these
options which
options
are
which
there.
are
And
there,
then
and
if
then
you
if you
collapse it,
collapse it,
then it
then
will
it will
just
like
it will
it
be
will be
just
just
showing it in
showing
a
it in a
normal
normal
website.
website.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
with
with
that
that
being
being
said,
said,
what
what
we'll
we'll
do
do
is
is
first
first
we will first create a
create a
folder.
folder.
So
So
we'll be
we'll be
doing this
doing this
exercise in
exercise in
React.
React.
Do
Do
let me
let
know
me
if
know
you
if you
want
want
any other
any other
language
language
of
of
choice, for
choice, for
example,
example,
Navbar or
or
something,
something
to do
do
this.
this.
We
We
can
can
take
take
that
that
in the
in the
next
next
session.
session.
But
But
part of
part
this,
of this,
so
so
I'm
I'm
using
using
VS
VS
Code,
Code,
and I've
and I've
already
already
configured the
configured the
Copilot
Copilot
here,
here,
which I'm
which
going
I'm
to
going to
use.
use.
And
And
I'll
I'll
be
be
I'll be
I'll be
creating the
creating the
React
React
site
site
with
with
this,
this,
and then
and then
post that
post that
I'll be
I'll be
adding the
adding the
basic
basic
Navbar.
Navbar.
So
So
it will
it will
be
be this
this series
series
mostly will
mostly will
focus
focus
on
on
basic
basic
TH creation.
creation.
If
If
anyone of
anyone
you
of you
have
have
already
already
done this
done this
exercise in
exercise
the
in the
past,
past,
and
and
you
you
see that
see
there's
that there's
something
something
which
which
can
can
be
be
added
added
upon,
upon or something,
do
do
let us
let
know
us
in
know
the
in the
comments, and
comments,
we
and we
will
will
do
do
that as
that
well.
as well.
But for the
For the
time
time
being,
being,
we'll
we'll
be
be
doing this
doing this
exercise
exercise
as
as
and so
so
proceed.
proceed.
Let's
Let's
so
so
mostly I'll
mostly
be
I'll be
using
using
White
white
for
for
creating the
creating the
sites and
sites
all.
and all.
So
So
and
and
I'll be
I'll be
relying on
relying
the
on the
prompt
prompt
end to end.
end to
So
end. So
first, what
first,
I've
what
done
I've
is
done
I've
is I've
created a
created a
table with
table with
white
white
coding
coding
and
like
folder,
folder,
and then
and then
I'm
I'm
going to
going
do
to
all
do
the
all the
exercise
exercise
inside
inside
it.
it.
So
So
the
the
first
first
thing which
thing
I'll
which
do
I'll do
is
is let's
let's get
get a
a project
project
creator.
creator first.
So
So
creator.
creator.
So
So
let's
let's
see,
see,
creator
creator
new
new
React
React
app
app
with
with
name.
name.
Let's say
Let's say
what
what
curly
curly
will
will
say.
say.
So
So
white maybe
maybe
let's
let's
say
say
you can
you
use
can use
white
white
coding.
coding.
So
So
I'll
I'll
use this
use this name.
code.
Cool.
So
So
let's
let's
see
see
what it
what it
does.
does.
So
So
given the
given the
command,
command,
it
it
should
should
start
start
first
first
reading.
reading.
So
So
it'll
it'll
ask me
ask me
several
several
questions,
questions,
and
and
it
it
is
is
creator.
creator.
So
So
see
see
now
now
this
this
started.
started.
So it's
So
first
it's first
explaining me
explaining me
what
what
exactly
exactly
this will
this will
do,
do,
and
and
then
then
it
it
will
will
be
be
starting with the
starting with the
process, which
process
is
which is see, it says I'll start creating by creating a to-do plan, then scaffold the go by create project, new workspace, and read instruction. So now what it is doing is first it is creating the project which is there. So then it will be creating the. So the reason you are not seeing anything here is because I moved the source control here. Now I moved it here. And you can see what all starts creating. See, it created the package JSON first, then it started with the next set of things, that is white config, which is here. Then it created a source folder. Once source folder is created, it is creating ANJS, it is created, AppJS, it is created, and it is creating index HTML as well. So kind of at the end, I think it will be creating a readme MD file as well, which will have the detail of this. Now, if you like, so the end of this command, if you run npm react run dev, then this one will be opening the site for us. So now let's see what happens. So it is saying created and next. So that's it. What I did. So it's everything basically. So like as you see, like it created a basics like skeleton React project, and if you see, it is giving you this option as well, which says that just go ahead and put it in the terminal. So because inside white coding it is created as Copilot, right? So that's why it's asking us to change the folder. Then it is saying you do an npm install because there are some multiple dependencies added in this, right? So this it expects us to do it. You can again give like if you don't want to do it manually, right? You can give it as a command and it will do that. If you can tell it here itself and it will do that. So you don't have to do it on your own. Now after this npm install is done, then you have the third command, which is npm run dev. So we can go here. So if you see here, npm install is done, all the packages are installed, and it says there are some warnings which we ignore for now, and then it says npm run dev. It says 5173. If you see here, it had already given us a detail that once the UI prints is only it is 5173 which it will open, and that is what it is doing. So this pretty much everything it is following here. And now if you're wondering how that 5173 came up here, it is here. So you can set up your config here and define it. In case you want to have your different set of config, then you can do that as well. But mostly what we do is we like follow what say, then we don't change it. So now if you see this vibe app facility, it is showing us this is the basic vibe app. Now let's go to VS Code, and now let's start our next one. So let's, before we get into further, like we'll just mark it as keep, so that this whatever it is done. Now so if you see, it is after all this, it is giving us the next steps also. It is asking us also to use like what exactly we want. So if you see it has run it in JavaScript. If you want TypeScript, I can rescaffold it as TypeScript and update the files. So let's try that as well. So we'll say use TypeScript in this project. You see what happens. Anyways, we want to use more stuff. Seeing this, you might be wondering, like there's so many basic things for the React project, which it is doing automatically. We are using the prompt and we are doing it. So what next it will be? Already we are just listening so much on the AI to do all this stuff. But the thing is, like if you want to progress, right, it is not about saying that AI can do everything on its own, but it is more of like you start using AI and you should make AI as a habit for using stuff. So it should not be like you say I will not use AI in Go. If this is a tool which will help you for performing certain tasks, and that is where this AI is coming into picture. If it's completely fine if you want to ignore it, but the thing is, down the line, the understanding is there is going to be a time where the expectation will be like it will be you will be AI enabled developer, or you are expected to be someone who knows how to use the AI tools. It is not something like AI will do anything on itself. And that's where if you know AI, it will be better for you to like excel in your career. That's how the thing will be. So it's better to learn at this stage itself before you get like before it's mature, and once you are thorough with that, you're going to do wonders. Trust me. Now, if you see here, like what we did was we asked it to convert to TypeScript. It is all those, and now it's asking me to do the same thing again. Npm run, npm run install, npm run type check. So now what is this? So now let's go here, and we'll go to the terminal. We will do some npm install again, and then once that is done, as it says, we'll do the type check. Now we'll see what change it did. Went down. Again 5173. Awesome. Go. We'll refresh this, and we got the same thing. Now what did we need? So we have. Okay. So now what happened is we have. See, now this is where it's nice to understand this. So if you see here, zoom in a bit. So if you see here, now what it does is it created two files for us. JSX was already there, TXX created. Now there is something which is where we have to mention now. So now what we have to say, remove now see here it said it added all these and it removed the JSX files. But if you see, that has not happened actually. So it's missed. Same as what we do when we develop stuff. Now we have to fix this off. So now let's do that. So at the end of this, the expectation is that these will be removed. If not, then we may. Okay, I figured it out that this is there. I should remove it. Now it's still figured out that there are only two. There is white. It has not detected yet that white config is still there. So now you see this is done. Okay, let's stop it. So see the multiple config files. Now we should be. So now the expectation is this also should get removed. So let's so now the DS1 we should keep it, JS we have to remove it. So now we'll do that as well. Yes. Looks like I have to do this. So I think something is targeting the main JSX up here. Let's go. It is looking for main JSX, it should be main DSX. So if I do this, if I go here and I refresh, I should get see there we go. So that's what I'm saying, somewhere the manual intervention is also needed. That's what I did, and this is done. Now let's try to create a Navbar. So let's create. So now let's ask. Oh, let's give it what we want to create, and then ask it to do it. Copy. I'll give it here. So let's do the context setting. Delete the attached Navbar. This should be more responsive as well. Now we gave it the context, so this image was attached. So if you see what went in that image and what was shared, so it is created a number component, matching attachment, trying to implement it. So I guess this image was pasted. So if you see it here, this is attached here, and this is one. It is started to create that Navbar. So if you see here, it created a component which is Navbar DSX, and it is trying to do the entire thing. You see that it has e-commerce, which is e-commerce is coming. And then with that, it has the links like home shopping and what is what we give. It has that as well, and the CSS. Let's try. Let's wait for it to finish it off. It's still working. So it's work in progress. And now, so basically what we would ask, we normally allow it because considering that it should get all the relevant access and so. And there's a better practice which I'll suggest is to, when you're doing this, please add the same in the, get the your readme file updated as well. Now, if you try to run this, it should be at 74 or 74 yes, right. Now if you see this, we got this e-commerce shop. Go to e-commerce, add some stuff. That's all. If you see, click on this, it's get edit. So now This is here. Now let's see. Let's open the inspector and review stuff. So now let's validate for our mobile responsive. So 60. This is here. This came up. This is here. It came up. Now if you see, this is the cross icon which is the close icon is not coming properly. So take note of it, we'll fix that as well. But if you see, this is fine. This, if you go this way, again this is coming up. If we just take a tab winner for this went with iPad Pro, this is coming up like this. Over here, this is coming up. So it's a very basic lab layout which we're doing, and it is coming very properly. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and so if you pick, so before we go that let's make it keep, because it's not to keep one of them, right? Now what we can do here, what we can see here is what all it did. So it created an Navbar TSX where all the code which was expected is there. The e-commerce, then you have the hamburger menu, then we have the icons, then the actions basically. It did that. It's created the CSS, which has all the relevant Navbar stuff, with the hamburger, the media, queries, and everything. This is something which we used to write earlier. Now this is all here. Now if you see the main TSX, here the app TSX is referred, and in app TSX we have the Navbar. There you go, the main content which was needed. So now you have the Navbar imported here, which is this, using this, and then it is tool. Now, if you see, it has also created the, in the source, it's created two folders. When you component understand, we never set that to do. It automatically understands the context and it starts setting it up. If you see the readme file, it doesn't have all the details how you code it. So at an advance to do this entire thing, like first we will fix the cross icon and then we'll go with that. Fine. So let's see, close icon and hamburger. So this reset, so should it will check it into if it doesn't understand, what we'll do is we keep we'll take a screenshot of it and we'll keep it so that we can give it as a context if it is not getting it right. So kept it here. So now if you see it, say that it's fixed appropriately. Now let's see. Let's give it the context now. So got this context and then it is trying to figure it out. So it fixed the CSS. That is the style as it says. Now let's see this. If you see this is not something which is look proper. So we can check what is the problem here. As you see, this is started to, this is not just trying to create icon. That's where the problem is. We'll say use, can use create icons. this, because if you see this Navbar, it was right creating this using this manually, this using the transition, rotate, and all. This is the one which is there. So that is the reason this problem was created. So now let's ask it to create React icons and then go ahead. This is changed. This is, if you see, this is removed and is there, and then check and all those things that you can change. If you see the Navbar PSS, this also will should get modified directly. Let's see, maybe an icon came in here instead of that. If you see Faba, 5 times came in. That's the beauty of this. These are removed. We'll see keep. And then say interpret the chat, hello. So you talk over here, it will do this. If I go here and refresh, you see this, the beautiful icon is here, and this is created. If you go this way, this is also here. It's got created. And this is all there. And if you say go and check the website view, is all here. That's done. So that's what we wanted to do. And if I think there's something new check, see, yeah, so it's just checking out, no animation needed. I can add the feedbacks. So now that's what it said, it did, and we're happy to see this. That's what we wanted. Let me know if you have anything. Please add in the comment if you have any doubts or you want to get to anything, like for example configuring the VS Code or doing the setups and anything on that front. I can cover it in the next session. Otherwise, in the next session we'll try to create some section, like maybe the first section that is here, the carousel section. So we'll try to do that, and then we'll go with the products and all the details in the next video. That's all for this. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.